Hi, Sonia. Welcome to the live. You are first. Happy Friday. Hey, Misha. Hey, Lainey. Hey, Anna. Hi, Nandi. Anna, I'm glad you were able to join us, and I'm glad that you were able to message us to confirm when we were going live. Guys, can you believe that it's Friday? This week just flew by. Hi, Taffy. So for those of you who are new here, what we're going to do is we're going to go over some TEAS 7 practice test questions. I'm going to just wait another minute or two because I do know that we have people from our email list that are receiving an email about us being live and they're coming over. And I know that we've got people from our study group coming on over too. Hey, Sabrina, nice to see you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over practice test questions from every section of the TEAS exam. We're going to break down every question step by step. I'm going to share with you tips and tricks. And then I'm going to be, as we go through each question, I'm going to be sharing with you also things that you need to be studying for your upcoming TEAS exam. So for the people that are here, let me know in the comments, when are you taking your TEAS exam? Oh, Sheila says she's new here. Hi, Sheila. Welcome to the side of TikTok that wants you to pass your TEAS exam. And guys, I know that I sound a little funny. I'm getting over this weird sore throat of mine here, so have some patience with me. I know I sound a little weird. Sheila is here for the first time and she's taking her test on the 15th. Sheila, what's your minimum required score? Just living. New here. I got my email and ran. Oh, I love it. See, that's why we wait. That's why we wait to get things started. All right, Tiara has put the first answer down in the comments. Sheila's required score is a 66. Nurse to Be says, thanks for doing these lives. They are so helpful. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for making it fun. Okay, I see some B's down in the comments. I see some C's down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Thanks for joining me, guys. I know it's Friday. It's the weekend. Nobody wants to be studying on Friday. But if you study with me on Friday, then maybe you don't have to study Saturday and Sunday. How about that? Okay, I see down in the answers here that we're split. I see about half the answers coming in are B. Half the answers coming in are C. And I will say that I have some tips and tricks for this type of question, and we're going to go over the conjunctions that you need to know for your TEAS exam. So Taffy says, are you going to have the book on sale again? I missed it last time. Yeah, I can put the book back on sale. I wasn't planning on having the book on sale this time because last time we were live, we put the TEAS 7 study guide book on sale for $20. But Taffy, if you want, I can put the book on sale just for you. Let me know if you're serious about it, and I don't mind keeping good on my word and allowing you to have it on sale. I take my TEAS on Monday. Wish me luck. Oh, Victoria, wishing you so much luck. All right, guys. Is there any other answers down in the comments? I see some B's, C's, and D's. So let's see. Which one is it, guys? Any last minute answers down in the comments? D's, D's. It's so funny because this is actually a very hard one. And when I tell you guys what the correct answer is, I can just hear the groaning all the way from wherever you are. Tiara says it's A or B. Tiara, babe, I remember you initially said it was B. What made you change your mind? Tina says D. Abby says C. All right, let's get on into it. So the correct answer for this question is, it's actually D. Tony ended up getting an offer because he prepared for his job interview. Okay, so let's take a look at, Nurse 2B says it's A, B, C, or D. Yeah, that's right. You've got a 1 in 25% chance. So the question asks us, let's go over this because I loved the mixed bag of questions here. Which of the following uses a conjunction? Okay, keyword here. to combine the sentences so that the focus is on Tony preparing for his job interview. And so the statement says, Tony prepared well for his job interview, period. He ended up getting an offer. So when you read that, forget about everything else that you're going to see on the exam here. Forget about all of these answer choices. If you read this, it just says, well, Tony prepared for his job interview and then he got the job. Yay, Tony. Love that for him. So the first thing, why it's not A, for example, is it's asking us to use a conjunction. So in answer choice A, we don't have a conjunction. Instead, we have an inappropriate use of punctuation. So that is why A is incorrect. Now let's look at B. Tony prepared well for his job interview, comma, he ended up getting an offer. Well, the comma here works. I'm not mad at the comma, so I can see why people chose B. But the key word here, right? And you know, if you follow me, I'm always telling you guys, tip number 1 is you've gotta get clear on what the question is asking you. It's asking you which one uses a conjunction to combine. So B, the comma is not wrong, but there's no conjunction here. So that's why B is not correct. Then you've got C. Tony prepared well for his job interview and he ended up getting an offer, and is a conjunction. We're going to talk about what conjunctions are and the different types in just a second, babe. I see you in the comments. So that's C. C uses the conjunction and then D uses the conjunction because. So the question's asking us to use a conjunction, so that brings us down to C and D because conjunctions are in the sentence, but they want the focus to be that Tony is preparing for the job interview. So Tony prepared well for his job interview and he ended up getting an offer, okay? Tony ended up getting an offer because he prepared. So D is the best answer here because it shows this sort of like cause and effect relationship because we're using the word because. He got the offer, why? Because he prepared for his job interview. It sort of makes it seem like because he prepared for his job interview, that's why he got the job offer, right? So that is why D is the correct answer here. That is why it is the best answer because it really focuses on the fact that he prepared as the key factor. So really quickly, I want to talk about conjunctions because I see in the comments somebody asked, what is a conjunction? And before I go over what is a conjunction, I want you guys to let me know down in the comments. There are 3 types of conjunctions that you need to know for your TEAS exam. Let me know in the comments if you can list out what types of conjunctions there are. And then we're going to go over them together. I'm going to pop open the study book here, and we're going to go over them one by one as well as what are the common conjunctions. Let me know down in the comments. What are the conjunction junction? No, not quite. Do I have anybody down in the comments that can tell me what are the different types of conjunctions? Fanboys. Okay, fanboys is an acronym to remember a kind of conjunction. So not wrong. We're going to talk about that. Abby says subordinate conjunction. Yes, and that is actually an example of what the word because is. Because is a type of subordinate conjunction. Great job. All right, so if you've got our TEAS study guide, you can go over to page 298, and we're going to talk about the 3 types of conjunctions that you need to know for your TEAS exam, and we're also going to talk about, make sure that you guys are, oh, that was crooked, the 3 types of conjunctions you guys need to know. So you've got your coordinating conjunctions, okay, and what does a coordinating conjunction do? It basically connects equal parts of a sentence together. And down in the comments, I saw everybody put in fanboys. So coordinating conjunctions are the most popular kind of conjunctions. And yes, you can use the acronym fanboys to remember them. Now, what does fanboys stand for? It stands for, and, nor, but, or, yet so. Okay? And then, like Abby said, we've got subordinating conjunctions. And then you've got words like before and although, if, while, since, that all kind of fall under the category of subordinating conjunctions. And what subordinating conjunctions do is they connect a dependent clause, that is a sentence that cannot stand by itself, to an independent clause. And basically, when you've got a subordinating conjunction, they show cause and effect, like the word because, like we just did in this practice test question. Also, for example, it can show things like conditions, contractions, contrasting, time, etc. Okay? And then the last kind is we've got correlative conjunctions. And these are the kind of conjunctions that work together to connect two phrases. So they always come in pairs and they connect ideas together. So that's something like both and, either or, neither nor. Okay, and like an example sentence of what a correlative conjunction can be is something like either we go now or we wait until tomorrow. Or another example could be something like she is not only smart, but also very creative. Those words are being used together to connect the sentences, the independent and dependent clauses. Okay? So those are the conjunctions that you need to know for your TEAS exam. And again, if you've got the ATI TEAS 7 study guide book, it is out of page 298. And don't forget that you can activate your online resources and you can watch the video on conjunction and prepositions to learn more. This is the TEAS 7 study guide book. It's linked in our TikTok shop. Taffy, you mentioned earlier you wanted me to put it back on sale. Let me know if you want me to put it back on sale, and I will start a little sale for you before we move on to the next practice test question. In this book, what's really cool about it is that you get one practice test in the actual book, but you get 7 extra practice tests on the online resources. And then you also get video answer explanations, and you also get online flashcards. And every lesson in the book, like you just saw, also includes a video lesson. And you can access everything from the website or from the mobile app. Okay, so I've just pinned it. Taffy, I'm going to put it on sale for you. I'm going to knock $15 off that price for you, and I'm just going to have it on for 5 minutes. That should give you enough time to go ahead and lock it in. All right, and then we're going to move on to our next practice test question. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, guys, everyone's favorite. We're going to go over a TEAS 7 math practice question. And then after we go through this practice test question, I'm going to go over the conversions that you need to know for your upcoming TEAS exam. I'm going to close this curtain here. Sorry, guys, about that background noise. Natalie, if you would prefer to do the online course, you can use code 20OFF at checkout, 20OFF, at our website, smarteditionacademy.com, and you would get 20% off the online course. Hi, Key. Thanks for the follow. Thanks, you guys. Hi, Candace. We're just doing some ATI TEAS 7 practice test questions. We just wrapped up an ELU question on conjunctions, and now we're moving on over to math questions. Is there a difference? Yes, nurse to be. You're right. It's code TT20. Taffy, yes. So when you get the study guide book that's on sale and pinned right now, you get the online resources, and you get the video answer explanations, and you get the 50 lesson modules with the video lessons. So every single concept that's in a book has a video that's in color. It's really beautiful, really well narrated, and you can access those things on your phone or on our website. The username and password is the same across all your devices. So a lot of people like the book, and then they like to connect like Bluetooth and stuff for the videos, and they like to like listen to those in the car or while they're driving and the like. So we're trying to make simple. We're trying to make studying for the TEAS exam simple and easy. All right, so I'm starting to see some answers here down in the comments. I'm seeing answer choice B, 3 capsules. I'm seeing answer choice D, 6 capsules. Seeing lots of B's, lots of D's. Thank you, Betty, for purchasing the book. I appreciate you. I'm glad you were able to take advantage of the sale. Yeah, $19 for 8 practice tests, 100 videos, online flashcards, mobile app. It doesn't get better than that. That's the best deal in test prep. Dimples says A. Thank you, Sonia. I appreciate you. Sabrina says, oh my God, it's 2 doses. So we did do a practice test question like this last time. And because it was such a tricky word problem, I wanted to throw another one of these in because, you know, I want you guys to practice with me so when you take the real thing, you can be prepared. I'm seeing some B's. I'm seeing some A's. Anna, the book gets delivered pretty quickly. I think it gets to you. It gets to you within, I think, a week, maybe like 7 business days, something like that. Hi, Jamie. Okay, G says B. All right, guys. So the correct answer for this question, it's B. 3 capsules. NCSU. I know the answer, but nursing exams have me questioning if it's the best one. Well, the good thing about math is that as long as you follow all the instructions, the right answer will come up, but it's the fact that they make those, especially the word problems, super, super tricky, but I can absolutely understand what you mean. Reading, English, and science can be so tricky, and a lot of the times you can narrow it down to 2 answers. Yes, Kay, we're going to work out the problem step by step. So what we know is the total daily dose of the medicine is 750 mg. Okay, but it's divided into 2 equal doses. Okay, and the medicine is available in 125 milligram. Okay, so those are the facts that we know. I'm going to highlight it in case you can't read my chicken scratch. Equal 2 doses. Well, what is the question asking us? The question is saying how many capsules should the patient take per dose, okay? So last time we did a practice test question, the question said per day. This time we're doing per dose, okay? So always make sure that you're extremely, extremely clear. Always reread the last sentence of any word problem you do, just to make sure that you know exactly what it is you need to be studying. That you need to be answering. So the first thing that we need to do is, this is actually not a conversion problem. This is just a straight up word problem because our units of measure are the same. Thank goodness. Okay, so that's one less step for us. So we need to determine the dose per administration. So since the total daily doses is 750 mg, okay, and then the patient takes 2 equal doses, the first thing we need to do is divide that by 2. 2 mg divided by 2 doses. When we divide 750, divide that by 2, we get 375 mg. Okay? So from there, what is the question asking us? How many capsules should the patient take per dose? So from what you need to do here is, because it told us that one dose, one capsule, is 125 milligram, what you need to do is then take the 375 mg, divide that by 125 mg. And again, fabulous. Our units of measure are the same. Easy peasy. Love those kind of questions. So when you divide 375 by 125, what do you get? You get answer choice 3. 3 capsules per dose. Now, I did see that some people put in answer choice D, which I could understand. D would be correct if the question asked take per day. But since we're talking about take per dose, the answer is B, 3. All right. So I hope that makes sense. If you missed our last practice test session review, we went over a problem just like this, where you did actually need to convert. So if you're wondering how you would do a problem like that, make sure that you go to our TikTok profile and look at that question. But really quickly, I'm going to show you guys what conversions you need to know for your TEAS exam, because as you know, conversions are not provided to you. So I want you guys to be aware of the most common conversions, there it is, that you need to be aware of when you take your exam, okay? So make sure that you take a little screenshot here. All right, and Kit Kat, I saw that you got the book. I'm so glad that you were able to get it while it was on sale, and I hope you like it. So if you've got the book, it's page 195. And again, if you activate your online resources that come with the book for free, we have so many practice questions on conversions, as well as conversions with word problems, each of them step by step broken down in a video. Okay. Thank you, Holly. I appreciate your support. Hi, Britt. Welcome. We're just going over the ATI TEAS conversions that you need to study and memorize for your exam. So this is the very basic list. Make sure you take a screenshot. These are the conversions that you need to have memorized for your TEAS exam, because 99.9% of the time, the conversions will not be provided to you, okay? So these are the basic ones that you need to memorize. And so when you have a word problem where you need to convert between units of measure, step 1 is going to be to know your conversion, so that way you can set up the equation or your proportion correctly, all right? So that is page 95 out of the textbook. Did everyone get a chance to take the screenshot of what conversions you need to have memorized before we go over the next practice test question? Hi, Miss Maya. Thank you for the follow. Hi, Aubrey. Welcome. Glad you discovered us. Thank you for studying with us. Okay. I am going to go over our next practice test question. Wolf says, are we allowed to use calculators when taking the TEAS exam? Yes. You are not allowed, though, to bring your own calculator. You are only allowed to use the provided on-screen calculator, which is a 4-function calculator. Now, I see that somebody is checking out the book. Thank you for that. Just to be fair, since Taffy technically got it on sale earlier, I'm going to put it back on sale, and I'm going to take $15 off the book for you. And I'm going to put the book on sale for a few more minutes for that person that's looking at the book. I appreciate your support. The book is now back to $19.99. And that, again, you get all of the practice tests. You get 8 practice tests. You get all of the videos, all the online resources. You can access everything on the mobile app. And it's the best deal in test prep. Do you know if they take away the calculator for some math questions? They don't. That's not common practice, no. You sometimes will have like one math question on like the reading section, but it'll be something like maybe something related to like a recipe or something, and for that you wouldn't have a calculator. But for the TEAS exam, the math section, unless your school has some weird rule, you have access to the on-screen calculator for the entire duration of the math section. Chris, you just took your test. How did you do, love? How do you know all about the TEAS exam? Because we've been doing test prep for a really, really long time. I've been there. I know what it's like to study for these entrance exams, and I made it my mission to make studying for the TEAS exam easy and simple. And then we also do study prep for the HESI and the Kaplan. Kiki, you said, is there a code for the discount? So there's a flash sale right now on the book. It's $19.99. But if you're talking about for the online course, so the online course just wouldn't include the book, that would be TT20. TT20. Yes, there is a book for the HESI. I can add that to the shop too. Now, I know you guys are excited about shopping. I know that we've only got I think there's only 2 or 3 minutes left of that sale. I want you guys to also be studying with me, so let me know down in the comments which is the correct answer here. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome. Hi, Jay. Hi, Mario. We're just going over some ATI TEAS 7 practice test questions. We're about to answer and review this question on the chemistry topics. Hi, Evan. Hi, Cash. Hi, Anastasia. Kit Kat, so when you get your book, on page 2, there's going to be instructions of how to access all of your online resources on the mobile app, as well as the online resources. Okay, Chris says there was a good amount of chemistry on that science section. Yeah, there's about 8. There's supposed to be 8 scored chemistry questions. Now, sometimes you can get a little bit extra, or it can definitely feel a little bit heavier, but you will only have 8 scored chemistry questions. The breakdown per ATI is 18 scored A&P questions, 9 scored biology questions, 8 chemistry questions, and then 9 scientific reasoning questions. Hi, Jam. Welcome. Hi, Jaden. Hi, Ben. All right, so I'm seeing A's down in the comments. I'm seeing some D's down in the comments. So a lot of people always ask, do I need to have the periodic table memorized for the TEAS exam, or will a periodic table be provided to me? I didn't see that answer. I didn't see that question come up in the chat, but before we go over this question, I just want to touch on that because it is a very common question that we get over in our study group. So you don't need to have it memorized, but you do need to know the trends of kind of how the groups and the periods are organized on the periodic table. What do they mean? Why are things in a certain place? If something is in the lower left corner, what does that mean in comparison to something that might be in the upper right corner, which is essentially what this question is about. So you need to know how it's organized and why it is organized in a certain way. Then if you have a specific question on your TEAS exam that relates to a specific row or group or element on the periodic table, most of the time you will get a picture of that on your TEAS exam. So you do not need to memorize all of the elements, but you do need to know the trends of the periodic table. So for anyone that was panicking about that and trying to develop a photogenic memory, you don't need to actually do that. So Ben, I see that you put the answer B down in the comments, and B is correct. Which of the following correctly describes a trend in the periodic table? Non-metallic character increases across a period and decreases down a group. So that's going to be correct. I'm going to open up a little picture here of, well, you know what, before I show you the periodic table and just show you kind of in general the trends, let's go over the other answer choices, okay? Because I saw a lot of A's and lots of D's, so let's talk about that. So A says the atomic radius increases across a period and then decreases down a group. So this is actually incorrect because the atomic radius it decreases. Okay, decreases is what makes this correct. So it actually decreases across a period. And again, a period would be going from left to right. And the reason for that is because as protons are added to the nucleus, the pull on the electrons increases and it pulls them closer. Okay, and then as you move down a group, the atomic radius actually increases. Okay, so that is why A is incorrect. Now, I saw a lot of people also choose answer choice D. So let's talk about why D is incorrect. Excuse me. So the electron activity actually increases, not decreases, okay, as you move across the period, because the atoms actually get smaller and they attract electrons more strongly, right? That's the key, that's the correct information here. And then the electronegativity actually decreases, not increases, as it goes down a group, because the atoms then get larger and their ability to attract electrons actually weakens. Okay, so that is why A and D, our most popular answer down in the comments, are incorrect, and that is why answer choice B is correct. All right, so I want to show you guys a quick little picture out of the book, and then I made you guys a little cheat sheet about the trends that you need to have memorized, okay? Well, let's crack this open really quickly. Zoop, zoop, zoop. And then we're going to move right on over into our next question. Where acids and bases, periodic table, where are you? Chemical reactions, base changes. Okay. Periodic table. All right, guys, so are you able to see this? Then if you have the book, you can find this information on page 236. And then again, you can go to lesson 1 of chemistry and you will have all of the information that we've gone over in today's live, as well as an in-depth video of the periodic table. All right. So these are some things that I want you guys to remember, and I'm going to show you guys a cheat sheet in just a second, okay? So what you need to know is that as you are going down, okay, the atomic radius, it decreases. In addition, as you are going from right to left, the atomic radius decreases. So elements that are located in this lower left section of the periodic table are going to have the lowest amount of anatomic radius, okay? Then you need to know kind of where to find your metallic characters and your non-metallic characters. So as you're kind of going across, upward and down the periodic table, you're going to have more metallic characters as you go down, and then the opposite of that would be true. As you go from the bottom left side back up, you're going to have your non-metallic characters, okay? Those are some of the key things that you need to know regarding the periodic table and trends. And then the other thing that you need to know, besides atomic radius and whether something is metallic or non-metallic, is you want to know about the electron activity. So as you go from left to right, the electron activity increases left to right. So going this way, it increases. And then as you go from the bottom of the periodic table on and upward, it increases. Okay, so that is what you need to know for your upcoming TEAS exam as it relates to the trends of the periodic table. Before we move on to the next practice test question, I want to share with you a little cheat sheet that I made for you. Okay, this is going to be 2 screenshots, all right? I'm going to center this here. Yes, I can put the book back on sale. I see your comment. Veronica says, I don't know if I'm even prepared. You are prepared. You just need to study. And Veronica, we only have 2 reviews because we're new to TikTok Shop, but we've been selling our book for years as well as our online course. Our book's also available on Smart Edition, and you can read all the glowing reviews on, our book is also available on Amazon, and you can read all the glowing reviews on there. People really especially appreciate the mobile app and all of the videos that come with the book. We are not a fly-by-night company. Sonia says, how can I take a screenshot without all the messages? So I believe you can just press your screen and then it'll give you the option to clear comments. And for the person that asked for the book to go back on sale, I'm going to put it back on sale for you, $19.99. That's going to give you $15 off the book. And again, you're going to get the 8 full-length practice tests, the online resources, which includes the flashcards, as well as the interactive lessons and all of the videos that come with the book. All right, so this is page 1. I'm going to go ahead and show you page 2, and then we're going to move right on into a math practice test question. So guys, I know that we don't have enough. We can spend an hour going over the trends of the periodic table, but I want you guys to take a screenshot of these 2 cheat sheets, okay? And then you can either go to the book, and I want you guys to look at all of the elements and kind of visualize for yourself to make sure. It's really, I think, impactful when you can go and to the periodic table and kind of say, okay, this is this and this is this. Okay, over here, it's over here. And when you start to really visualize it, it's going to really help you learn and remember. So screenshot now and then review it with a picture of the periodic table later. Okay, did everyone take their screenshot of what we needed to know for the periodic trends? Hi, Kayla. Welcome. Hi, Nicole. Welcome. Okay. Wolf says, thank you. Got my screenshots. Tay Bebe. Hi, Tay Bebe. I missed you earlier, girl. Nice to see you. All right. And for the person who asked for the book on sale, the book is on sale. I took $15 off the price of the book. So you can get the book for just a few more minutes while we go over this TEAS 7 reading practice test question. Well, hey, baby, Tay, late is better than never. I'm going to give you guys a minute to read over this passage, and then we're going to go over the answer together. Mimi, yes. You will be shown a picture of the periodic table to reference when it is necessary. But like the practice test question we just did, when it's just talking about general characteristics, you will not be provided a periodic table for questions like that. Hi, Noella. Hi, Fozzie. Lupita, you can go online to our website, smarteditionacademy.com, and you can access our online course, which has also the 8 practice tests, the flashcards, and the video lessons. And you can use code TT20 at checkout. And you'll be able to access those digital resources instantly. Hi, Erica. Welcome. Yes, our YouTube channel, Taffy, is Smart Edition Nursing. And that's where we add the replays. Replays go up about a day or two later. Hi, Brianna. Welcome. We're just doing some TEAS 7 practice test questions. We're working on a reading passage. Okay, I'm seeing C down in the comments. I'm seeing B down in the comments. Okay, I'm seeing B's. I'm seeing B's. Do we have any other answers down in the comments? Sabrina says B. Abby says B. Hey, Ashley, welcome. Hey, Kelsey, welcome. We are just going over a TEAS practice test question from the reading section. I'm going to highlight where the words are. So we're talking about the word however, and we're talking about the word despite. Hey, Victoria, welcome. Hi, Casa, welcome. Hey, Sarah. All right, guys, so the correct answer, most of you got it right. The answer is B. And if you didn't get it right, that's fine, because I want you guys to practice with me. Yes, Liz, I'm going to explain it right now. So the transition words, however and despite link ideas in the passage by. So let's go over really quick where this is in the passage. So we've got however, comma, I only got an earful of all of the drama that had ensued at school. Then down here, despite her protest, her eyes could not help but light up when I brought her a freshly baked chocolate chip cookie. So I can see why a lot of people chose C, because especially the second sentence, it really just illustrates what her face looks like. And then also there's just a lot of really strong adjectives in this entire passage in general. But the question is asking us how do these words, however and despite, link ideas, and how are they doing that? So the entire passage is sort of kind of like ironic, right? So when we talk about contrasting ideas, in this particular sentence, however, I only got an earful. So I sat across from her ready to hear. So mom was ready to listen to her. She's thinking that the day is going to be marvelous. However, I only got an earful of all the drama that ensued at school. So basically this word however kind of just shows you like a stark contrast, a complete opposite of what mom was expecting to hear, right? So like the sentence before it has an expectation that she's going to hear how great and dandy the day was. However, it was just a bunch of drama, okay? Because she thought her daughter was going to share something positive, but instead, however, it signaled that there was a contrast. So when you say, kind of like when you're arguing with somebody, like, okay, yeah, however, okay, when you have to insert the word however into a sentence, you are basically about to contrast somebody. All right? If you know, you know. The second word, we've got despite. So despite her protest, her eyes could not help but light up when I brought her a freshly baked chocolate chip cookie. So the daughter is angry and upset. She's had a bad day at school. There's all this drama and she is just not having any of it. However, despite all of those feelings, the cookie still makes her happy, right? So it is a contrasting statement. So the words However, in the words despite, really highlight a contradiction and a contrast, because especially with this last sentence here, despite her protest, the daughter should still be upset, but the cookie makes her feel better. So that is why B is our best answer here. All right, guys. I'm going to give you, you're welcome, Liz. Let me know if that made sense, and if you want some more help on that, just send us a DM and I'll be happy to help you. I know I know the reading section can be quite tricky, so I am going to give you another reading question to go over. And this one's about faulty reasoning. I'm going to give you guys an answer. Let me straighten that up for you. Ma'am, so we only have 15 minutes left. If you could please send me a DM and I will explain that question to you individually, just so that I don't have to repeat it, and I'll make sure that by the time you leave our DMs, you'll understand it, okay? I want to make sure that you feel seen and heard, but I also want to get through some of these other concepts and these other practice test questions, okay, love? Okay, I see some C's, I see some D's. Hi, Felicia. We're just going over some T7 practice test questions. Malachi. So we don't do lives for the Kaplan and the Hesse, but a lot of the skills and the concepts are very similar to the TEAS. The Kaplan is just an easier version of the TEAS exam. So all of these practice test questions that we're going over, they're going over the same concepts and the same skills that you would need and that you would see on your Kaplan or your Hesse entrance exam. So you're in the right place. But if you want to connect with more people that are studying for the Kaplan, we do also have a Kaplan study group over on Facebook, as well as a Hesse study group and a TEAS study group. So you can find your people, find your community, and we do tons of practice test questions in there as well. All right, I see B's, I see C's, I see D's. So I'm glad that we're going over this practice test question because I want to make sure that we have a chance to go over faulty reasoning today. Almachi says, I tried to go to the Facebook group, but they haven't accepted me yet. Okay. Almachi, I'll make sure that your request is accepted. Let me do that for you right now. I don't see a member request for you right now. Make sure that you're trying to join the correct group. It is the Kaplan Nursing Entrance Exam Study Group by Smart Edition Academy. And the picture that we have, our banner, is blue. It's blue with a picture of two girls and a mobile app. So I want to make sure that you're joining the right group. And I'll be on the lookout for your invite, okay? Thank you, Maddie, for the follow. I appreciate that. You guys helped us get to 50,000 followers last week, so that was super, super exciting. All right, so the correct answer is, in fact, C. Either or fallacy. And so the question is asking us what type of faulty reasoning does the sentence display? So this question is tricky because you need to make sure that out of the answer choices here that you're actually picking one of the three types of faulty reasoning, okay? So for example, the bandwagon argument, there is a type of argument out there called the bandwagon argument, but that's not a type of faulty reasoning. So you need to make sure that out of the answer choices, you're actually narrowing it down to faulty reasoning. So let me know in the comments. We're going to do a little bit of pop quiz here. And then, oh, see, I'm glad. Yay, you were accepted. Awesome. Perfect. We're going to go over each of the different types of faulty reasonings, but let me know in the comments, what are the 3 types of faulty reasonings? Chris, this is the ATI TEAS 7 study session. This is an entrance exam that students have to take when they want to apply it into a healthcare program. So this is like pre-nursing. Okay, Free Palestine. What do you mean when you say faulty reasoning? So, faulty reasoning is basically any type of reasoning that is a claim that's not supported by sufficient evidence. So that's basically when an author uses a type of structure for their argument, and they're making statements, they're making claims, but it doesn't actually have any sort of sufficient advice. So there's 3 types that you can typically see, and you do need to know the 3 types and how to identify them. So let me see down in the comments. Circular reasoning, overgeneralization, either or fallacy. Yes, MP6789. Woo! That is absolutely correct. That is the 3 types of faulty reasoning. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to take a screenshot. This is coming out of the book, page 29. And remember, if you've got the book, you can unlock the online resources and listen to the video that goes over all of the types of reasonings, the faulty reasonings, and then you can do practice test questions on facts, opinions, and evaluating an argument. So, the correct answer to this question was an either-or fallacy. So an either-or fallacy presents an issue as if it was involved only 2 choices when in fact it's not so. Okay? So an example of this is women should focus on motherhood, not careers. This statement, for example, assumes the woman cannot do both. It also assumes that no woman needs a career in order to provide for her children. So let's go back to our practice test question here, and let's find that. Now reread the following sentence from the passage. Working mothers are required to perform a balancing act between their work and home lives every day. Otherwise, everything would fall apart. So this is basically an either-or fallacy because there's only two extreme choices being presented here, right? They either have to perform a balancing act, otherwise everything is going to fall apart. The author is making it so that there's only 1 or 2. And Lord knows that is not true, okay? So that is why this is an either or, okay? It's 2 extreme choices, which is really not correct. And basically statements like this type of faulty reasoning, it will ignore any other possible option. It basically turns a statement or a situation into an either this or that, basically an ultimatum, even though that's really not true, that there's definitely more than just 2 possibilities, okay? So again, this statement pretty much is suggesting working mothers must perfectly act between work and home, or everything will fall apart, okay? But that's not true, right? Because I can just list a few things off the top of my head. Moms can adjust their priorities and things don't fall apart. Things around the house can become messy or stressful, but that doesn't fall apart. Maybe working moms can get a babysitter or help from family, right? There's more than just one solution to this, okay? So that is why this is an either or fallacy. So make sure that you take a screenshot, guys, because faulty reasonings, you're going to be presented with questions on your TEAS exam about faulty reasoning. And again, if you've got the online course, if you've got our book, you can go to the online resources, Facts, Opinions, and Evaluating an Argument, and you can listen to the video in there that goes over everything that you need to know about evaluating an argument. Okay, let's go over another practice test question. And guys, we've only got 5 minutes left. If anyone doesn't have a copy of the book, but wants a copy of the book, but needs a little bit of a discount and would appreciate the sale turning back on, just let me know and I will drop the price of that book for you. In the meantime, we're gonna do a math practice test question. Oh, there's not a discount code, but I can turn on the sale for you so that you can get the book for $20 instead of $35. And then that allows you to get the 8 practice tests, the video answer explanation, the flashcards, access to the online resources via the computer or the mobile app, and then all of those videos that I keep referencing. All right, Tay is doing math fast. She says the answer is C. Okay, True, I see you. I'll put the book on sale one last time before we sign off for today. I'm going to drop the price to $19.99, which will give you the book, the 8 practice tests, all of the online resources, access to the mobile app, and the videos, all for $19.99. I just started that sale for you, Lovey. The flashcards are virtual. You get a tangible book, and then you get all of the online resources. Then you can use those on a computer, an iPad, or your mobile phone. Abby, you're doing a great job. You've been very active in the chat. Very, very proud of you. You're doing great. Gabby, I just put the book on sale for you. No worries, love. Online course, Natalie, you can get it on sale with code TT20. That's if you just want the online course and you don't want the book. You can get it on sale with code TT20. So yes, guys, the answer is C, 9. Yes. Try G. We're going to break it down right now. All right. So how is this answer 9? So we're going to break it down step by step. So it's asking for us to solve the variable. So we have 63 over A plus 3 equals 10, with A being the variable. So the first thing here is we want to get A by itself. I'm going to rewrite the problem here. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to minus 3 on each side of the equation, because remember, anything you do to one side, you must do it to the other side, okay? And since we want to get A by itself, we just need to cancel out the other half of this equation here, okay? So we've got plus 3, so we're going to minus 3 on both sides. So that's going to bring us to 63 over A equals 7. But okay, what do we do next? In order to solve for A, we need to eliminate the fraction, because 63 over A is a fraction, a funny looking fraction, but it is a fraction. So in order to eliminate fractions, we need to multiply both sides by A so that we can move it, okay, so we can move it to the other side of the equation, and we can also move it so that it becomes a numerator, all right? So when we multiply by A on both sides, remember this, because we are dividing A and now we're multiplying by A, it actually cancels this out. But because we multiplied with A on the left side, we have to multiply it on the right side. So that means that here it became canceled. So now we're left with 63. But when you multiply 7 times A, you now get 7A. And now this begins to look like a more normal algebra problem that we're familiar with. So now the A has moved over here. And so, when we have 7A, that implies multiplication. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So now we're actually going to divide each side by 7 because we still want to get A by itself. We want to get A by itself, so 7A, we must divide by 7A. which means that on this side, 63 must be divided by 7. And when we do that, we get A equals 9. Thank you for the follow, Gabby, and thanks for buying the study guide book. I appreciate you so much. All right, that is how we get answer choice A. Yeah, it wasn't so bad. It just looks weird. The T7 math, it can be tricky because it's math that we have not seen in a while. But when you start to practice it and you just start to do practice test questions and you start to not be intimidated by the ones that look a little funky and weird, it's really not that bad. It's just about knowing the rules. All right, guys, so we have spent 1 hour together. So normally we end the live, but I know that we have a few people that just joined. So let me know if you guys want to do one more practice test question before we sign off. And our next live will be on Monday. One more, please. Woo! Okay. We will do one more. And this time, this is going to be an A&P question from the science section, okay? And remember, for those science section of your ATI TEAS exam, you're going to see 18 scored A&P questions. You're going to have 9 scored biology questions, 8 scored chemistry questions, and 9 scored scientific reasoning questions. Yes, Tina, these are the same kind of questions you would see on the HESI A2. Same sort of concepts for the HESI A2 A&P section. If your school requires that, this is a very similar question. Gabby says, what do I mean by scored? So on the TEAS exam, Gabby, there's going to be some extra questions for every section of the exam. Some of them are scored, some of them are not. I think it's something like 5 or 6 questions in each section are unscored. And they can be on literally anything. So they can be like 6 extra questions on just chemistry or whatever. You won't know when you're taking your TEAS exam which is scored and which is not, which is kind of a bummer. But every section has some extra questions that don't actually count against you. All right, I'm seeing A's, I'm seeing B's, I'm seeing C's. A, D, I see B's. Okay, a little bit of everything here today. Wait, don't answer, I'm thinking. Okay, you just let me know when you're ready. I love that. And I know that for the TEAS exam, it can be really tricky because you've got that timer going. And a lot of the times you really only get a minute to answer a question before moving on to the next one. It's about a minute per question. But remember, this is your test, and it's important to make sure that you're clear of what it's asking you, and you want to make sure that you read everything carefully. So it's always good to not rush, to make sure you're clear on what it's asking you, and clear on what the answer choices are actually saying. Maddie, let me see. Could you go back and answer? Yes. So while Bree is thinking, well, let's see what your question was about math. Ooh, there's a lot of comments here, Maddie. You might have to ask me again, Lovey. Oh, man, a lot of comments. Thanks, guys, for being so engaging. Maddie, I don't see... Oh, here it is. So we have to do... Yes, Maddie, because you want to isolate the variable. And if you want, Maddie, we can go over it a little bit deeper and do another practice test question one-on-one. Just send me a DM and I'll be happy to do that with you. All right, so Bree said she thought about it. So let's talk about why answer choice A is correct. Releasing minerals into blood circulation. Amid, exactly. You have it completely on point. So kind of as to what Amit is saying here, let's first talk about what is bone reabsorption. So bone reabsorption is when special cells called osteoclasts break down bone, and then they release its minerals like calcium and phosphorus into the bloodstream, okay? And this is important because our body needs these minerals for different functions like keeping our muscles, nerves, and hearts working properly. So, pop quiz. There are 3 types of different bone cells. We just talked about one of them being osteoclasts. Can you name the other 2 types of bone cells? Let me know your answer down in the comments. I'm going to crack open the book. Okay. Yep. Osteoblasts, osteocytes. Yes, correct. So for those of you that weren't sure, I'm going to crack open the book here so you can grab a screenshot. So if you've got our book, this is on page 160. This is from the science section, the skeletal system. All right, and as you know, we have videos on everything that you need to study, everything that's in the book. There is a video in the online course that you can access, okay? And so for the TEAS exam, what you really need to know are the 3 different types of bone cells and what they do. So we have the osteocytes, osteoblasts, osteoclasts, okay? Took my screenshot. Perfect. All right, guys. So for anyone that missed it, I'm going to put the book on sale for just another minute or 2. And then we're going to wrap up today's session. Well, thank you guys for all your support. Remember, on Monday, we're going to go live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys so much for being able to join me on this Friday. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing weekend. So for anyone that wanted or needed to purchase the book, it is on sale, $19.99 down in the comments. With this book, you get 8 practice tests. You get video answer explanations for every single practice test question. You get online virtual flashcards, but what I really like about it is you get lesson modules and you get videos. So everything that's in this book, there is a in-color video that goes over every single topic in this book. So it's really great for visual learners. You can access all of that on the computer and the mobile app, so you can connect it to Bluetooth while you're driving and doing all that cool stuff. Listening while you're washing your dishes, on the treadmill, whatever. You can access all those videos. Tay bebe, perfect. Yeah, it takes a little while. Let's see, KJ, it says 35. I believe it's on sale. I see on my end that it's on sale for another 4 minutes. Maybe there was just a delay on my end. Go ahead and check again, KJ. If you have any questions about the TEAS exam while we're waiting for KJ, and I think there was one other person that wanted to get the book while it was on sale, let me know, and I will answer it for you. I saw a question earlier that said what kind of math is on the T7 math section. So nothing really further or beyond Algebra 1. It's really a lot of word problems, conversions, one-step algebra. So that's things like PEMDAS, order of operations, and then solving for your variables, ratios, proportions, percentages, and then lots of conversions. And then you also need to know things like fractions, adding and multiplying fractions, dividing fractions. And then also what you're going to see is very basic geometry. But what's tricky about the geometry is that you won't, yes, I can flip through it. What you won't see on the geometry is you won't see any of the formulas. So you'll need to know. And the book is made to be really simple. Really, really, really simple and to the point, and then you have all of the video explanations. I'm going to show you guys the geometry since I brought it up. So what you need to know for the geometry is you need to know things like your area and your volume, how to solve that for a square, how to solve that for a rectangle, for circles especially. So you need to know things like your circumference, your radius, what's an arc, what's a chord. And then when you unlock the online resources that come with the book, again, you have videos going over all of this, so you can read the text, watch the videos, and then we have 1,300 practice test questions, all organized on the topic. So if you're finding that you're really struggling with circles, then you can go to the section that says circles and answer all of the practice test questions on there. Perfect, KJ, thank you. Well, I'm going to call it an afternoon. Thank you, Sabrina. I will feel better. My voice is going to be back to normal by Monday. But I appreciate you guys for your patience. I hope you guys found the cheat sheets and everything really helpful. I look forward to seeing you guys in our study group. And yeah, happy Friday, y'all. Bye.